Hey guys, it's Pinkstar. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be choosing my next physical book to read from my physical bookshelf. Really excited to see what I get this time. Last episode I got Heavenbreaker, which I really enjoyed and gave 4 stars, so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting another really good book. If I DNF, then I pick another one and then I read that, and this video finishes once I finish a whole book. So this is a way for me to try and clear out all of my TBR, both physical and Kindle TBRs. So this is episode 2 of reading my physical TBR from my TBR jar. So let's just pick a book and see what I get. Ooh. Okay, lost some. Put them back in. Alright, so it is a blue one, which is an old one, so that's good. Reading some of our old backlog. And we got Defy the Night by Bridget Camara. So that's exciting. I had that one somewhere here. Hang on, where is it? Alright, here it is. Defy the Night by Bridget Camara. My mum actually just finished reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Gosh, I can't remember what it was. Finished reading the first book of that series and she really enjoyed that. So I haven't read that one either. I do own that one as well. But yeah, looks like we are going to be starting with this one. If I like it, then I'll continue the series. If I don't, then I will DNF it and DNF the whole series. I do own the whole series, so hopefully I like it and I will continue with the whole series. But yeah, so this will be my next read. Alright guys, quick update on Defy the Night. I'm doing pretty well. I'm like quarter of the way through, I think. This is a duo point of view. So we have Tessa, who is our main female character, and then we have Corey or Korik, Prince Korik, who is the male main character. I'm presuming that he's the main character, and he is like the king. He's the king's brother and he's the king's justice, so he's kind of like the guy who hands out all the punishment and things like that. And then Tessa is like a lowborn person struggling in a society where there's this fever that's gone around. Kind of reminds me of like COVID, but there's a big fever going around and lots of people getting sick, and there is a limited supply of this moon petal that they need to make the like antidote, well not antidote, but you know, like a medicine, just medicine for them to take to help reduce symptoms and things like that, and to keep the fever in check. So she is an apothecary sort of person who's making these potions, but she's also stealing the ingredients and then handing them out secretly at night time to all the poor people who can't afford to buy the medicine, so that people won't die. And then Korik, on the other hand, is the guy who is arresting these people that are stealing the moonflower petals and then hanging them and things like that. So obviously there's a little bit of a difference between these two characters, which is quite cool, and I'm actually really liking both of their sides of the story. You've got Korik, who's having to deal with his brother who also has this fever, but he's obviously the king, and he came about being the king in not such a nice way, and they're just trying to pretty much make the most of the situation and do the best they can for their kingdom. But on the flip side, they don't see the situation that Tess is in and the people below them and how they're struggling, so it's quite cool to see the two different sides. So far I'm really enjoying this. I'm not sure when the like romantic side of the story is going to come into play. Obviously I'm presuming the two characters will eventually meet maybe and somehow like fall in love. I don't know how that's going to happen because they are complete opposites, and at the moment Tessa wants to kill him, so yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm intrigued, so we will keep reading. You probably can't see, but it's actually like pouring down today, so we are going to read. Alright, so I am now over halfway through this book, and I'm really enjoying it. For some reason I just want to keep reading. I don't want to put it down. The two main characters, Tessa and Prince Korik, have now met up, so that's a really interesting dynamic because she hates him, but yeah, he doesn't really hate her. There was like a little kind of like twist that I did kind of have a theory about, so I was kind of right, which I'm happy about, because it makes the story quite interesting. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it, and I really like the whole like political side of things with like the medicine and the different sectors that own different parts of the distribution, and like the flowers, where they come from, and how the king and the prince have to kind of like hold everything together. And even though people are dying because they're not getting enough medicine, if they didn't like control certain areas, then it kind of would be like a free-for-all. And then he's like, well, you know, if people can afford to buy it, we can't really stop them from buying more than an allocated amount, sort of thing. So I don't know, that whole side of things is really interesting. I love the banter between the two characters, and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm gonna keep reading. I can't see this series being a DNF in any way, so I have a feeling I'm gonna finish this and just want to start the next one straight away. But yeah, enjoying it. Alright guys, I have finished Defy the Night. I literally could hardly put this down. I really enjoyed it. I'm still trying to decide what score to give it. I can't decide if I want to give it a 4 or 4.5. It wasn't a 5-star read. I just feel like not enough really happened or made me feel any sort of like heightened emotions to put it up to like a 5-star for me, but I did really enjoy this. I really like the two main characters. Both Korik and Tessa are fantastic. I love their dynamic together. I love the brotherly relationship between Korik and his brother Harrison, who's the king. So one's the king, one's the king's justice, and then obviously Tessa is a lowborn who makes her way into the palace to become an apothecary, but there's a whole heap of politics in this, which is really interesting. There's some internal conflict, there's some external conflict, there's a revolt, there's a whole heap of stuff. It's mostly around, the main conflict in this is mostly because the people are dying because they've got this fever sickness, and there's only like one cure for it, which is this moonflower petal that gets ground down, and it comes from only a couple of different sectors, so obviously they can state how much they want to charge for it and things like that. And yeah, the king obviously sets some of the rules, so the people are not happy with the king and the kingdom and thinking that the rich people can just buy what they like, and then the poor people can't afford to get the medicine, and so they're all dying. yeah, it was very interesting. It does actually state at the end of this book that she wrote it and then COVID happened, so it kind of like was very quite fitting at the time when she released this, but it wasn't actually about COVID, but it does kind of have the same sort of feels, I guess, from the people who are suffering, who get sick, etc. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So now I'm going to move on to the second book, which is Defend the Dawn. So this is a continuation of this book. So this is book 2. There's 3 books. Destroy the Day is the 3rd book. So this is a 3-book series. So I'm now on the second one. I've decided to obviously continue because I really enjoyed the first one. So hopefully this one is just as good. Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen from here because they semi-resolved the conflict. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm surprised more people don't talk about this series. So whether maybe it falls off, I don't know. But I really enjoyed the first one. So yeah, I think more people should probably pick it up. It's really good. Definitely a really easy read. I just wanted to keep reading. Like, I smashed through it. It's one of the quickest books that I've read this year so far. So yeah. Hey guys, so update on Defend the Dawn, second book to Defy the Night. Halfway through, and so far not a lot has happened really. There is a new POV by someone called The Outlaw. I think I know who it is, but they are leaving like silver coins in the wilds for all the poor people, which is awesome. But very dangerous for this person if it is who I think it is. And Prince Korik and Tessa are now on a boat to go to another place called Osterary, which is apparently has a whole heap of the moonflower petals that they need. So they are going to be speaking to the king of Osterary to try and negotiate a trade between the steel that they have and the moonflower that Osterary have, so that they can do a little bit of a trade agreement. So there's this new character called Captain Blakemore, Rian. I don't know if I like him or not. I can't decide. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a swagger about him, but he's definitely hiding something. I don't know what. Yeah, and him and Prince Korik are kind of butting heads at the moment, and Tessa I'm kind of like annoyed with because she's kind of angry at Korik because he obviously can't be with her the whole time because of him being like the king's justice, and kind of has to keep their relationship on the down low because she's like a poor person, I guess, I don't know, but so she's kind of frustrated with him, and so now she's like flirting with like Captain Blakemore, and it kind of annoys me. So I don't know, I'm not liking this one as much as the first one. Still like pretty good, but we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so I have finished Defend the Dawn. I did like this. It wasn't as good as the first one, so I'm thinking it's probably like a 3.5 star. I mean, the ending was really good. It just felt like there was a lot in the beginning that just was unnecessary. It was just drawn out for a long time. Like, they're on a boat, I get it. They're sailing. There's a little bit of banter between some of the characters and some conflicts and things, but not really a lot happened until the very end. But the ending was really good. And there was a twist that I did not see coming, to the point where I actually said out loud, wow, I did not expect that. So yeah, did really enjoy it. I have now actually started Destroy the Day, which is the last book. As soon as I finished, I had to start reading because of the ending. So far, it's obviously a little bit different because where this one ends off, this one starts, which is our main characters have actually separated and they're not together at the moment. not by their own choosing. And Tessa is currently, well, Tessa and Korak are both currently in Austria, which is the other country where Captain Blakemore sailed from. So we're over there with the main characters. So obviously stuff happening with Harriston as well, the king over in Kandala. So there's a bit of an uprising happening there that he's trying to deal with while his brother's away. And yeah, and sorting out what the hell is going on in Osterary, and I have no idea how this is gonna end. But it turns out, sounds like the people of Kandala are being poisoned, which is why they're needing the moonflower petal in the first place, which is like kind of to help reduce the symptoms of the poison. So I don't know where the poison came from or who started it or what, but yeah. Anyway, we're on the third one. We're nearly done, and then I'll give you my full review once I have finished. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. This one's a little bit chunkier than the last couple as well. Alright guys, I am currently about 2/3 of the way through this book, I think. And I don't know how it's going to come to a conclusion. Like, this is the last book, and it just feels like they haven't really concluded anything. I don't know where it's gonna go. I do really like the side of story that we've got from Harriston in this book. That's been really interesting, and there was a little love story which I really enjoyed as well. But yeah, I don't see this wrapping up like in a satisfactory conclusion. It's either gonna wrap up really fast and I'm not gonna be satisfied, it's just gonna end, or it's just gonna maybe not wrap up. I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen for this to end well. I feel like this is almost like, once they got to Osterary, I feel like that was where the story kind of started almost. And then there's like all this information about what's been happening with the people back in Kandala, with the fevers and everything like that, and then it just feels like nothing much really has happened. So I'm not sure how I feel about the series as a whole at the moment. I guess we'll see when I come to the end. I really liked the first one. It was a really cool idea, and I really loved the two main characters. Actually, I think all the characters are actually really good in this story, but I don't know, I just don't feel like the plot itself has really gone anywhere, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm still enjoying it. We'll see what happens when I get to the end, but I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, I have finished Destroy the Day, so this trilogy is now complete. This one, I think I'm probably also giving it a 3.5 stars. I did like it. This one was quite chunky compared to the last two. It was a little bit bigger. I really liked Harriston in this. I really liked his story. I don't feel like I enjoyed Tessa and Korak as much in this one, but I am happy with what happened and the outcome of everything. I really liked a couple of, like, there's a new character in here that I really enjoyed, and I really liked how Rocco kind of came out of his skin, rather than just being like the guard, but then you kind of saw him more as a person. I really enjoyed that as well. But yeah, Harriston definitely was the one that shone in this book. I just felt like nothing much happened until like the last, like, I don't know, 5th of the book probably, and then it kind of felt like it was rushed a little bit. but then I don't know what I really expect to happen. I just feel like there's a lot more that could have happened in the story. It definitely felt like the world was quite big, and I feel like a lot, yeah, it could have been expanded on a lot, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like there could have been more, because I did really enjoy the story, I enjoyed the world, enjoyed the characters. I just feel like there could have been more to it. But anyway, I have finished, so this was the last book. Destroy the Day, Defend the Dawn was book 2, and of course the first book was Defy the Night. So this was a trilogy by Bridget Camara. And yeah, it is a really, they have really pretty covers, and they look really nice with the spines. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep these on my shelf or not, just because they weren't like my favourites, and generally the books that I keep on my shelves are ones that I've really enjoyed, or they're like special editions that I don't really want to get rid of, but generally they're books that are all kind of 4 stars or higher. Yeah, so they're kind of like all my favourite series and things. And I have like a little like library stamp that I put in my books that are on my shelves that I've already read, that I keep. Some of the books on my shelves, like Priory of the Orange Tree over there, I haven't read yet, but it looks pretty and it's a special edition, so that's why it's on display. Eventually I'll get around to reading it. Hopefully I will love that one as well. But yeah, so if I love a book and it stays on my shelf, it gets a stamp of approval, pretty much a library stamp. I'll show you guys what it is. So I've got one of these. It's like an embossing stamp. It's really cool. And generally I'll just go and stamp like one of the front pages of my books just to say that it is now part of Rebecca's library. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'll just stamp. I've got these little stickers that are cute as well, which I was going to use, but I prefer just to stamp the page itself. But yeah, it's like that. It's got like little dragons and a mountain and a moon and some stars. Kind of reminds me of like the mountain with like the 3 stars. It's kind of like very Akatar vibes. And then of course there's like the dragons and stuff. So it just says from the library of Rebecca Davey. It's me. So if anybody borrows any of my books, it will have that stamp on the inside. But yeah, I haven't decided if I'll do it for these yet or whether I will sell these, because I don't know if I will reread them at all. I don't know. But yeah, so overall 4 stars. 3.5. Good, just not the most amazing. The first book was really cool. I think it was just very unique the way it was done. But yeah, I can't decide. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. I actually did really enjoy reading this series overall. I did keep wanting to pick it up, so that was a good sign. I just don't know if I will reread it. But yeah, if you have read this series and you liked it, or if you didn't like it, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I'm really glad that I have read this one, and now I get to move on to my next physical books. So yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye.